Dan Shimmerhorn here from REI Knowledge Tree. Just wanted to get in touch with my bloggers out there and give them a little bit of updates. Well, while many people will tell you that there are several different ways for determining market value, there really is only one way for single-family homes. So to determine market value, you must look at comparable sales. Now notice I said comparable sales, not what is for sale. So comparable sales, also referred to as comps in the real estate industry, and it's when you look at houses in your neighborhood that have recently been sold, that are similar characteristics to the property that you are trying to determine the market value on. So this is called market comparisons. Real estate agents and appraisers both use this method when determining market value. So a good free resource that I use for pulling comps is www.zillow.com. However, knowing a real estate agent that can pull comps off the MLS is the best resource. Many real estate agents do not like working with real estate investors because they usually look at many deals before they buy one. So it's in your best interest to befriend a good real estate agent and get them in your corner. I have a handful that I use, and they will always prove to be invaluable to you. Remember, they care about one thing, their commission. All right, so another method that can be used is using assessed value. Now, assessed value can be a little tricky because tax assessments can be calculated two different ways: the cost method, which I'll talk about in a minute, and the market comparison, which I just explained to you. Now, the cost method is when you estimate how much it would cost to replace the structure based on current rates for materials and labor, and then considering deductions for depreciation. So each tax assessor is different across the country, and they use their own method or even a combination of methods to determine assessment. So be honest, sometimes it's all about the almighty dollar, and this is really why you can challenge what your tax assessment is across the country. So tax assessments tend to be out of date typically, I find. So using real estate agents, the other method I told you, list prices for comps, is another great method out there. Well, while using the real estate agent's list price for a similar property might seem like a good idea, but it's a shortcut that you will end up paying dearly for. Well, while real estate agents learn how to calculate market value, they also have a tendency to inflate the price. Remember what I said about that almighty commission dollar. So higher price means more commission dollars. So for example, to cover the cost of their commission, sometimes up to 8%, or to allow for price reduction to keep the listing active in the MLS. When you are pricing your property for market value, you also want to be able to sell your property quickly. Well, real estate agents' main focus is on commission, not on property sales. So again, be careful with that one. Another reason not to use the real estate agent's list price is because they use other agents' list price of houses that haven't sold yet. This is speculative. Remember, it doesn't help you determine the market value on a property that's for sale. Only sold values is what you want to look at. So if you still aren't convinced that real estate agents' list prices are often overflated, another reason to consider that is agents and sellers will list a property for more than the property is worth just to test the market and see. Now they come to this value based on emotion and not on facts. And remember, I always teach you, base your decisions on facts when you're in the real estate investment business. Not all real estate agents do this. Most are honest and price the property exactly at market value, but be careful of it. Why risk it? Using comps when determining market value is another method that we just talked about. So determining market value is not an exact science. While both cap rate and MAO, maximum allowable offer formula, have an exact formula, market value does not. So because of this, we have to make the best educated guess that we can What we look for is a range of prices of houses sold in the past 6 months that best represent the property that you're looking at. So when pulling comps, there are several things that you want to look for. Here are the critical ones that I personally use. So you're going to want to write these down. Number 1, previously sold within the past 6 months. Number 2, within the same neighborhood. Location, location. Number 3, built within 5 years apart. Number 4, square footage within 300. And number 5, same amount of bedrooms. Number 6, same amount of bathrooms. While these are only guidelines, they will give you a good starting place. And remember that you may have to go outside of these guidelines in order to get enough properties for your comps. In a perfect world, you'll find 4 identical houses in the same area that recently sold for whatever price, 150, let's say, to 160,000, and the market value of your property would be somewhere in between that range. However, that would be in a perfect world. Generally, when you look for comps, there will be a wide range, say from 125,000 to 180,000. So remember, go to www.reiknowledgetree to get more information, and I'll see you at the top.